Now let's look at the DMF in different countries. So if we have to talk about DMF concept in India, we still do not have any precise guidance as of now. The format that we submit for the drug substance master file is same as that of the US that we have. We submit the similar information in India, and it could be submitted for bulk or prescription drugs. So India, as of now, they do not have any concrete guidance or a strong guidance for the drug substance master file. And obviously, then since that guidance itself is not there, their maintenance is also not significant as of now in India. Yeah. When it comes to USA, I believe we have a extensive discussion we had during our drug substance discussion. We had extensive discussion for the DMF types in USA. I would not kind of make you all to recollect that because it's too tough to digest that information on first go. But let's have the refresher for us. So type 1 DMF, it is for the manufacturing facility or the site. So it's more like a GMP submission uh, for your own manufacturing facilities. So that's a type 1 DMF. Type 2 DMF is submitted for the drug substance or intermediate or starting material. So any raw material that could be used in the manufacturing, we submit type 2. Type 3 DMF is used for the packaging material. Then type 4 is for the colorants, additives, excipients, flavors, for that. And type 5, it is currently not active type in the US. Yeah. So again, this is kind of a short summary. Let's come to DMF in Europe. How do they look at the DMF? So in Europe, DMF is referred as ASMF. They the ASMF itself do not have individual life cycle in the Europe. They always have to be associated with the drug product. The main objective of ASMF procedure is to protect the manufacturer of the active substance, allowing the applicant, that is drug product manufacturer, to take the full responsibility of the medicinal product and the quality control of the active substance. There are following 4 procedures for the approval to the market. So this centralized, decentralized, mutual recognition, and national authorization. When we did a regulatory framework in Europe, we ideally talked about these 4 procedures. I'm not sure if all of you could get a chance to revise the session that we had on the regulatory framework in Europe. But if at all you could correlate, then these are the 4 ways in which we talked about registering the drug product in the Europe market. So the ASMF procedure can be used for below particular categories while we are doing submissions in these 4 categories. So we could have the ASMF for new active substances, or we could have it for the existing active substances where we don't have a EP monograph, or we have a DMF for the pharmacopoeial active substances that are not included in the EP or EU member state. So just to kind of make you understand in Europe, so what's the difference between Europe and US DMF life cycle is? In US, DMF itself could have their own life cycle, as in the API supplier could submit the DMF to the US agency as an independent submission. It will not be reviewed until the DMF is cross-referred in any of the product. But API manufacturer independently could do DMF submission to US FDA. Their status of the DMF would remain inactive or dormant until any drug product manufacturer makes the submission and cross-refers their DMF into their file, that's the time US agency would start reviewing that DMF, and then that DMF becomes active because it has been now referred in the drug product and agency has reviewed it. In case of Europe, DMF cannot be individually submitted to any of the EU agency when we are talking about centralized, decentralized MRP or national procedure. It has to be always submitted along with drug product license or taking the reference of that. There is one possibility of having independent DMF submission is European Directorate, EDQM, that we talked about. And once we do the DMF submission to EDQM, they issue the certificate of suitability, that is CEP. And then the drug product manufacturer or the applicant could cross-refer that CEP into their own file. So in Europe, DMF could be managed with two processes. One is they do not have independent life cycle. That is, they are submitted by drug product manufacturer in either of these procedures, and drug substance manufacturer would submit their DMF only when a drug product manufacturer asks them to submit into their procedure. Other route is drug substance manufacturer submit the DMF to EDQM and get the certificate of suitability, which could be cross-referred into drug product license by applicant or drug product manufacturer. So those are the two routes in Europe.